My students, Kirk and Bilal, just got their first rent-to-rent deal. Well, it's actually their fourth rent-to-rent deal, but it's their first one from working with me, right? So they've actually broken the record for the fastest success students ever inside my program. It took them only 29 days to get their first rent-to-rent deal, which is astonishing, really. But to give you some context, these guys already had 3 rent-to-rent deals prior to working with us. So they were already advanced in rent-to-rent. They had got these first few rent-to-rent deals from their immediate network, so friends, family, landlords that they knew inside their existing network who wanted a long-term company tenant rather than dealing with individual tenants. So they already had landlords that they knew who needed the service, right? So that helped them get their first few. But what they needed from me was my acquisition systems for finding landlords from the open market, right? So landlords that are on Rightmove, Open Rent, Gumtree, as well as landlords who aren't on any of those platforms. And we've got a couple other strategies that we use to target HMO landlords who may not even be marketing their properties, right? So, but yeah, Kirk and Bilal, I started working with them a couple months ago. 29 days into the program, they got their first rent-to-rent deal, which is a 4-bedroom house in Milton Keynes. These guys are switched on, good chaps, focused, determined, but they have a really good synergy between them. Kirk has connections in the football world, which works really well with their business, because one of their rent-to-rents is near the football club that Kirk works at, and they actually have 4 professional footballers sharing that house, right? So that works out really well. Normally some of the professional football clubs in League 2, League 1, sometimes even the conference, they have a budget for accommodating their players, and it's not something that football managers or coaches or anyone to do with a football club really wants to do. So someone has to find the accommodation for these players, and the players don't want to do it themselves, they just want to play football. So Kirk's found a really cool niche there where they can actually serve footballers who need accommodation at their new clubs, right? Footballers are always moving around from club to club, whether it be signing a new contract or going on loan somewhere. So it really works out well for the landlords who need the guaranteed rent, long-term guaranteed rent service, but then also at the back end for the tenants, working professional people like footballers, you know. So yeah, Kirk has connections in the football world. Bilal is experienced in sales. He's worked in sales before, so he understands that sales is a necessary part of building a business. He understands that it's a exchange of value, as opposed to the stereotype of sales, which sometimes people can presume it's like a slimy cold calling process. But when you understand sales on a deeper psychological level, you understand that sales is simply an exchange of value, and it's the process of showing someone how you can help them. And of course, in business, if you can help someone, if you can add value to them, then you absolutely deserve to get paid for that, right? So they have a really good connection between them, a good balance of contacts and network from Kirk, and skills of understanding sales with Bilal. And yeah, they've been our fastest success story yet. They already had a few deals, so that obviously helped them. Normally we take people from complete beginner to get in their first few rent-to-rents, and quite often a lot of the work that we have to do with those people is building up their self-belief, teaching them how rent-to-rent actually works. That can take a couple months sometimes to get them really firing on all cylinders and explaining the service well to landlords. Whereas with these guys, they were already at that stage. They didn't need me to teach them how to do rent-to-rent. They just needed me to help them with their acquisition. They plugged in our systems to their business, used the skills they already had, and that obviously resulted in them getting the fastest success that we've ever had. So they're coming on the podcast soon. Actually, I've recorded the podcast already, we're just editing it, so that'll be out soon. You'll be able to hear more and see their story and hear it from their own mouths. But I just wanted to jump on and share my experience of working with these guys. It's been great. I'm still working with them now. They're a pleasure to work with. And I guess if you're watching this and you already have a couple rent-to-rents, and you might think, how am I going to scale? How am I going to get more? Well, that's definitely something that I can help you with. We don't just help beginners, we help people who already have a couple rent-to-rents or a few rent-to-rents under their belt, and they want to grow and scale to 5, 10 rent-to-rents. That's something that we can help you with too. If anything, we can get you quicker results because we can skip the part of building up your self-belief and building up your understanding of rent-to-rent, and we can go straight to marketing, acquisition strategies, and getting those deals over the line, right? So if you're watching this and you're an intermediate at rent-to-rent, you already have some under your belt and you want to scale, then I can definitely help you. I'll put a link in the video description below. Click the link, book in a free call with myself. On that call we'll have a chat, see if we're a good fit to work together. If not, that's fine too. Keep watching the content, keep learning, hopefully keep getting inspired by our success students, and yeah, I'm sure you'll win too. So I hope you've enjoyed this video, guys, and as always, I'll see you on the next one.